The story of internet hoaxes reaches its final chapter with one of the most persistent rumors ever created. It began long before Facebook existed. It survived multiple generations of technology. It outlasted email platforms, instant messaging services, early social networks, and the rise of smartphones. Even as artificial intelligence reshaped digital communication, this hoax continued to resurface year after year. It is the simple, familiar claim that a major platform is about to start charging users unless they copy and paste a specific message to their profiles. Among all variations of this rumor, none has become more recognizable than the Facebook charging hoax. The origins of the Facebook hoax stretch back decades. Long before Facebook launched in 2004, early internet users encountered similar rumors in the late 1980s and throughout the 1990s. These early versions circulated through fax machines, printed chain letters, and later through email. They warned that a service people relied on would soon switch to a paid model. The only way to remain free was to forward a message or sign a petition. These rumors played on a deep psychological fear that something free and essential would suddenly become expensive. The earliest versions targeted services like AOL, CompuServe, and other early internet providers. Even though some of these companies did use subscription models, the hoaxes falsely claimed additional fees or new charges that never existed. These rumors thrived because, at the time, digital communication was new and confusing. Most people did not understand how online services made money. So, when a message warned that a monthly charge was coming, users were quick to believe it. As technology evolved, the hoax evolved with it. When free email platforms became popular in the late 1990s and early 2000s, the hoax shifted to services like Hotmail and Yahoo Mail. Chain emails spread rapidly, claiming that these companies were facing bankruptcy or losing too much money to remain free. The emails insisted that users had to forward the message to others or risk losing their accounts. Many versions included obviously false claims, such as the idea that the service was secretly monitoring how many messages each user forwarded. But because digital literacy was still limited, millions of people believed these warnings. When social media platforms emerged, the hoax found its most powerful host yet. MySpace witnessed an early version of the rumor. Posts claimed that the platform would introduce a paid subscription unless users reposted a message. The claims were entirely false, but the hoax spread quickly because people still did not fully understand how free online platforms made money. Advertising models were not widely understood, and many users assumed that paid subscriptions were inevitable. Then came Facebook. By the time the platform became widely popular outside of universities, the hoax culture from earlier decades was already deeply ingrained in internet behavior. Rumors about platform fees, policy changes, mysterious new features, and corporate secrets spread easily because users were already conditioned to expect them. It did not take long for the old email hoax to reappear in a new form. The earliest Facebook charging hoaxes began appearing around 2007 and 2008. These posts claimed that Facebook would start charging anywhere from $5 to $10 per month for continued use. Some versions insisted that the charge was optional and only applied to premium access. Others claimed that all free features would disappear unless users took action. The format was familiar. Users were instructed to copy and paste a message onto their profiles. Doing so, the hoax claimed, would inform Facebook that they were active and therefore eligible to remain free. This idea mirrored the false claims from the Hotmail era, where forwarding messages supposedly protected accounts. These early Facebook hoaxes spread quickly because millions of new users were still learning how the platform worked. Even though Facebook publicly stated that it would always remain free, many people suspected that the company might change its model. Large tech companies were not yet fully trusted. Many users believed that it was only a matter of time before a subscription fee appeared. The rumors played into this uncertainty, making them highly effective. As Facebook grew throughout the 2010s, the hoax transformed again. It adopted new formatting styles, new wording, and new visual elements. Some versions included fake news style screenshots that appeared to show official announcements. Others used fabricated legal statements, claiming that users needed to post a specific disclaimer to protect their photos and private messages. These versions mixed two different hoaxes. The charging rumor and the privacy notice hoax often appeared together, creating posts that looked complex and serious enough to fool many users. During major platform updates or controversies, the rumor surfaced with renewed strength. Whenever Facebook redesigned its layout, changed its terms of service, or faced public criticism, new versions of the hoax went viral. Users interpreted these changes as signs that the company was preparing a subscription model, even when no evidence supported the claim. The hoax became a kind of digital urban legend, resurfacing whenever people felt nervous about how the platform operated. The hoax also adapted to new media formats. Instead of plain text, users now encountered the rumor through colorful graphics, short videos, Instagram style posts, and TikTok slideshows. Some creators treated the hoax as a joke, while others presented it seriously. The visual presentation made the claims seem more credible, especially for users who were not familiar with the earlier versions. Despite repeated debunking by Facebook, news outlets, and fact checking organizations, the rumor has remained persistent. It continues to appear regularly, especially among newer users or individuals who do not closely follow digital policy announcements. The persistence of the hoax reveals how deeply rooted it has become in internet culture. It is not just a false claim, it is a pattern, a predictable cycle that follows the same beats each time it reappears. One of the most interesting aspects of the Facebook charging hoax is that it has never needed evidence to survive. The rumor thrives purely on emotion and uncertainty. People worry about losing access to something they rely on, they fear unexpected costs, and they feel pressure to take action even when that action is as simple as copying and pasting a message. These fears have allowed the hoax to live for more than 3 decades, evolving with every major technological shift. The Facebook charging hoax has survived for so long that it has become part of the internet's cultural DNA. Even as technology changes, even as users become more experienced, and even as platforms evolve, the rumor keeps resurfacing. By the 2020s, it had become a kind of digital folklore, a story that travels across generations of users, regardless of how many times it is proven false. Understanding why this hoax continues to spread requires a closer look at the psychological patterns that make it so resilient. One of the most powerful factors behind the survival of the Facebook charging hoax is the fear of losing something that feels essential. Over the years, Facebook became a central part of millions of people's daily lives. It served as a communication tool, a photo album, a news feed, a marketplace, and a link to friends and family. The idea that access to all of this could be taken away or placed behind a paywall immediately triggers anxiety. People respond quickly to anything that threatens a service they rely on, especially when the rumor seems urgent. This sense of urgency is built into the structure of the hoax itself. The message usually insists that the change is happening soon, sometimes claiming the update is coming the next day. It also claims that users can only avoid the fee if they take immediate action. The combination of fear and urgency is a classic technique used in hoaxes, scams, and chain letters dating back to long before the internet. People feel pressured to act quickly, which prevents them from taking time to verify the claim. That split second of panic is often enough to make someone share the post without checking if it is actually true. Another psychological factor behind the hoax is social reinforcement. When users see others posting the message, it creates a sense of credibility. If dozens of friends are sharing the same warning, it feels more convincing. People assume that someone else has checked the information. This phenomenon, known as social proof, plays a major role in how misinformation spreads online. The more people participate in a hoax, the more legitimate it appears. And when users see the message repeated across different platforms, such as Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, the illusion of authenticity grows even stronger. The Facebook charging hoax also benefits from a widespread misunderstanding about how online platforms make money. Even today, many users do not fully understand the advertising-based revenue models that keep platforms free. When they see expensive new features, growing user bases, or large company profits, the idea that the platform might introduce a subscription fee seems reasonable. Without a clear understanding of Facebook's business model, Users remain vulnerable to rumors that sound plausible but have no foundation in reality. Another reason the hoax persists is because it taps into distrust. Over the years, Facebook has faced controversy regarding privacy, data handling, political influence, and content moderation. These issues damaged public trust and made users more receptive to rumors about the company's decisions. When trust declines, hoaxes thrive. People believe rumors more easily when they are already uncertain about a company's intentions. Even when Facebook publicly denies the rumor, some users question whether the company is being honest. This skepticism allows the hoax to survive each new cycle. The rumor also persists because it is easy to share. The message is usually short, simple, and framed as a warning. It requires no special knowledge to understand. Users only need to copy and paste a sentence. This simplicity makes the hoax extremely efficient. Messages that require more effort or explanation tend to die quickly. The Facebook charging hoax, by contrast, is quick, dramatic, and easy to replicate. Its design ensures that it spreads easily in environments where attention spans are short and content consumption is fast. Another key reason the hoax continues to appear is that it offers users a sense of control. When people feel uncertain or anxious about a situation, they look for actions they can take to protect themselves. The hoax tells users that copying and pasting the message will keep their account free. Even though the action is meaningless, it gives users a feeling that they are doing something proactive. This illusion of control is comforting, and it encourages participation. The idea that users can influence corporate decisions by sharing a post reinforces the behavior. The structure of social media itself also plays a role. Platforms are built to prioritize engagement. Posts that evoke strong emotional reactions, including fear or frustration, are more likely to be promoted by algorithms. When the hoax generates thousands of comments, shares, and reactions, the algorithm views it as valuable content and pushes it even further. This creates a cycle where the hoax spreads faster precisely because it triggers strong emotional responses. Another interesting aspect of the hoax is how it adapts. It never stays in one form for long. Each new generation of the rumor includes updated wording, modern formatting, or references to current events. Some versions claim Facebook needs money to cover legal fees. Others insist that the platform is switching to a subscription model because of new regulations. Some versions include AI-generated graphics or official-looking logos. This flexibility allows the hoax to appear fresh even though the core message never changes. Misinformation researchers have also noted that the hoax survives because it spreads through different types of communities. Older users encounter it on Facebook. Younger users encounter it on TikTok. International audiences encounter it through WhatsApp. The rumor moves fluidly between platforms, changing shape as it travels and reaching people of all ages. This multi-platform spread ensures that the hoax never disappears completely. When it fades on one platform, it resurfaces on another. Finally, the hoax persists because it has become part of internet folklore. People who have been online for decades recognize it instantly. Some share it jokingly. Others treat it as a nostalgic reminder of the early internet. But for many new users who are unfamiliar with the rumor's long history, the hoax still appears legitimate. Every year, a new wave of users encounters the rumor for the first time, ensuring that it continues to circulate. By the time the world reached 2025, the Facebook charging hoax had been circulating in one form or another for nearly 40 years. Its longevity makes it one of the most persistent and recognizable hoaxes in the history of digital communication. It represents not only the evolution of misinformation, but also the unchanging psychological patterns that make people vulnerable to false claims. By the mid-2020s, the Facebook charging hoax had become more than just a rumor. It had become a generational story, a digital myth passed from one wave of internet users to the next. Even after countless fact checks, official announcements, and repeated debunkings, the hoax continued to reappear in new forms, on new platforms, and among new audiences. Its persistence demonstrated much more than a simple misunderstanding. It revealed something about the nature of communication in the digital world and the way humans respond to fear, uncertainty, and the illusion of control. One of the reasons the hoax remains so active in modern times is its ability to move between platforms. Facebook itself is no longer the only home for the rumor. Versions of the hoax appear on Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp Messenger, and even YouTube comment sections. Wherever people gather to share information quickly, the hoax finds new ground. On TikTok, the rumor spreads through short videos with dramatic voiceovers insisting that a paid subscription model is imminent. On Instagram, it appears in brightly colored text posts and story slides. On WhatsApp, it moves through audio messages that claim to come from insiders. The multi platform movement ensures the hoax is constantly reborn. Another factor is that the hoax changes shape just enough to stay believable. Modern versions no longer rely on the simple claim that Facebook is about to charge users. Instead, the rumor attaches itself to trending topics and recent events. During economic downturns, the hoax claims the company is struggling financially. During political controversies, it claims new regulations are forcing Facebook to introduce subscription fees. When Facebook introduces new features or reorganizes its branding under Meta, the hoax insists that the updates are part of a plan to monetize the platform. Each version mirrors the concerns of the moment, making the rumor feel timely, even though the core message is unchanged. The hoax also thrives because of the fragmented state of online information. Users today consume content in small pieces while scrolling quickly through crowded feeds. In this environment, context is often lost. A screenshot or short clip can spread without any way for users to verify the original source. This allows even the most obviously fake announcements to reach wide audiences before they are questioned. Many users only glance at a post for a second before reacting. By the time they realize the claim is false, it has already been shared dozens of times. Another challenge is the erosion of trust in official statements. When Facebook or Meta publicly denies that they are introducing fees, some users dismiss the announcement. Years of controversy surrounding data privacy, advertising practices, and platform moderation have weakened the company's credibility. For users who already distrust large corporations, the hoax functions as a confirmation of their assumptions. They interpret the rumors not as misinformation but as warnings. This mistrust makes it easy for the hoax to regain momentum whenever the company updates its policies or changes its interface. Digital folklore experts often compare the Facebook hoax to traditional urban legends. These legends survive not because they are true, but because they speak to underlying fears. Just like stories about haunted roads or mysterious creatures, the Facebook hoax plays into concerns about losing control, being taken advantage of, or being left out of important information. It survives because it taps into emotional instincts rather than rational evaluation. The modern internet did not erase these instincts. Instead, it amplified them. The structure of modern social media platforms also contributes to the hoax's longevity. Algorithms elevate content that triggers strong reactions. Fearful posts, dramatic warnings, and emotional messages spread faster than calm explanations. Even when fact checkers debunk the rumor, their corrections rarely reach the same audience. Many users never see the debunking because it receives less engagement. As a result, the hoax continues to spread regardless of how many times it is disproven. An interesting part of the hoax's survival is how new users encounter it for the first time. Every year, millions of people join social platforms for the first time. Teenagers who were not alive when the earliest versions circulated in the late 1990s see the rumor as something new. Older adults who were not heavily involved in earlier internet culture interpret it as a legitimate warning. Immigrants who recently gained access to smartphones encountered the rumor with no knowledge of its long history. Each new wave of users becomes a fresh audience for a decades old cycle. The hoax also persists because it is part of a larger family of platform based rumors. Similar hoaxes target Instagram, claiming users must post a specific message to protect their photos. Variations claim that WhatsApp will begin charging for messages unless users forward a text to 10 contacts. Others claim that TikTok is about to shut down and that only verified users will remain. These hoaxes share the same psychological triggers. They frighten users with the possibility of losing access to a free service, then offer a simple action that supposedly prevents the change. Once someone falls for one version, they become more likely to fall for the others. A surprising aspect of the hoax is how often it resurfaces after major Facebook updates. Whenever the platform introduces a redesign, changes privacy settings, or updates its branding under Meta, users become anxious about hidden changes. This anxiety creates an opening for the hoax to spread again. The rumor often appears within hours of an update going live, gaining traction before users have time to understand the changes. This cycle repeated during nearly every major interface update throughout the 2010s and 2020s. Despite the persistence of the hoax, Facebook and Meta have repeatedly addressed the rumor. Official statements have clarified that the platform is funded by advertising, not subscriptions. The company has restated many times that the core service is free and will remain free. Even so, the hoax continues to spread because many users either do not see the official announcements or choose not to trust them. This illustrates one of the core truths about modern digital culture. Facts alone do not stop misinformation. Emotional narratives are far more powerful. In many ways, the Facebook charging hoax represents the full life cycle of internet misinformation. It began as a basic chain letter in the 1980s, evolved through email in the 1990s, spread through early social platforms in the 2000s, and adapted to algorithmic feeds and AI tools in the 2020s. It has survived every technological shift and continues to appear in new forms. The hoax's longevity reveals how much online misinformation mirrors human psychology. Technology may change, but the fears and instincts that fuel hoaxes remain the same. As the series concludes, one truth becomes clear. Internet hoaxes are not going away. Whether they appear through AI-generated videos, dramatic posts, or private messages, hoaxes adapt to the structure of each new digital era. The story of the Facebook charging hoax is not just a story about misinformation. It is a story about how people communicate, how they respond to uncertainty, and how quickly misinformation can spread when it taps into universal human fears. Thank you for watching this story. If you enjoyed learning something new today, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment telling us what you thought of this story.